I hope Raw can find a pick. And speaking of picks, yeah, Note and the rest of the Fuel just kind of push on forward. They know that they don't really have a shield, so if they ignore Raw in the start of this fight, like they just walk at Janu, who uses personal and then just dies. There's not really much can be done. I mean, they need Raw. They should take a little bit of cover first. That was a beautiful, beautiful nade there by MGod to keep everybody alive. Problem was, it didn't hit any of the Fuel, so they weren't affected by the bio grenade, and they end up just dying on the bridge because it's a little bit too.
Low,
the blade straight at the back. One slice kills off both supports. Nice little trade though, as Tuba did get Nano as well to end up killing off both. Only got a paintbrush. What a fantastic turnaround. That looks so good to start off with. You took out both supports and you're like, team, why are you dying? He's waiting for the Kree to disappear. Oh, that's a big EMP. They're all trapped around that corner as well. Arc finds a nice little two-piece with the boop. Doha and Paintbrush still pick up kills of their own, but shouldn't really matter at the end of it all as the Fuel take a quick dive. Crimzo and Gamsu end up going down to the Primal Rage, and Paintbrush throws himself off the edge. They're in a really good spot. There's the Graviton Surge. Okay, actually it did manage to catch a Doha, but I'm not sure about that one. Tuba's going to be able to get out of there rather fast. Actually gets the Nano as he goes back in with the blade. Fortify goes down. There's one kill. Make it another. Although maybe not, as the nice little boot from Paintbrush to stop him finding any more damage. However, now he's isolated in a room. No.
Lessons has to come out like immediately, you'd imagine, especially after this
no.
pressure.
Oh, the hack is actually so good. A defensive EMP though coming out from the Fuel. Raw went way too far in, but Washington Justice still control the point, and Stitch ends up dying as well, actually in the back in the white room. Paintbrush with a nice little two-piece of his own after getting saved by Crimzo. We're talking about support synergy, and that's it right there. Crimzo gets 3 kills of his own. In fact, 5 kills for the support.
But, I mean, just nanoing him in just to get Primal Rage might be useful. 3-piece on the hack.
3-man EMP, beautiful bio grenade as well. That hit Gamsu, Paintbrush, and Note, I believe, as well. Tuba gets the Nano. He's going to get the blade online shortly as well, but I don't think he's even going to need it. The Primal Rage from Raw should just seal the deal here as the Justice are fending the Dallas Fuel away. Stall picks for the Fuel now as they jump over to the Wrecking Ball, but the Justice are on the point. Tuba's got the blade as well. There's no one from the Fuel back on the point now. Tuba wants the blade. Night market. Nice little hold though, but it's the same kind of story, Hex, where there's not as much pressure for the Justice on the front line, so what Dallas Fuel can do rather intelligently is just hold W. There's going to be a kill onto Doha at least, but it should be the Fuel actually taking the cap first up. Although Angod gets a little bit of revenge actually, killing off Crimzo. Point does unlock. You know, he gets booped away. He's going to get shielded as well, but you can see the Fuel in response to that just going to walk straight forward. A bio grenade is going to stop him in the tracks for the time being, as Notice then extremely low. Janu ends up taking him down, and a nice hack as well onto Paintbrush, rendering almost useless. Tuba kills him off in the end, and now it's only Crimzo to heal the tanks up in the back line. Gamsu also falls, and Justice, all this meanwhile, actually, he did manage to cap the point. I believe that was Raw.
5, leave with like 0, and not win a fight. A huge EMP.
5-man EMP and a double EMP onto AimGod and Arc from Doha, but that's, yeah. Your team's already hacked, so unfortunately it is going to swing in the favor of the Justice in this instance. Just want to give up the point, just let the point go away just a little bit, although I don't think Tuba actually wants to do that at all. He goes back in with the blade, finds 2 for himself, and a third as well, as only God couldn't quite escape. I thought, you know what, just reset me. You've got 99%, but Dallas Fuel are now going to struggle to get back onto the point with Arc now there as well. AimGod is going to have the Nano 2, and even an EMP coming up from Stitch. Dallas Fuel, this looks rather losable right now, and it's exactly that. The solo beat from Nano him actually, not saving it for the blade. Winner gets opened up as well, but they're all trapped in the small hotel. He's going to be able to bash them out of the way. Oh, of the Immortality Field, a triple kill for Raw with the Primal Rage. Oh man, it's so good if you get the Immortality Field down, but it didn't cover that small corner, and Raw just hit them into it.
Out of this room, hits him into another corner, great play.
Plays Stitch's EMP, there it is. It only hits one? How? It only hit Note of all people. Kind of curious where it actually was. Doha just dashed to the back line with his blade. There's the Dragon Blade from Tuba though. He's going to go straight in, dodges the Flux as well. The hack onto Paintbrush is not enough. Oh, the Coalescence. And the Flux sent out by Note and Crimzo, just dancing around Tuba. It didn't even get.
Low, including both supports. Paintbrush in trouble, get him.
Yeah,
huge nade.
Got him. Huge nade from the high ground. They weren't expecting that, and they've got Nano to back them up with as well. Raw's going to go in with the Primal Rage. Only got in the back line, going to have most of that damage reflected, but still manages to kill AimGod and Tuba? What? You're like, wow, these ults are so big, but they actually just end up falling like almost instantly. Stitch at least manages to it was so massive. Blade's going to come out though. Doha was hiding away that entire time. He didn't get hacked, so he was able to pull the blade pretty easily. Tuber and Arc cut down. And now the Fuel, they're just going to push on forward. They have the rally too. The two people that just refuse to get hit by the EMP with a correct blade as well. Coalescence has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. If you're Crimzo, unfortunately, he loses the call and gets cut short. Paintbrush is going to go down as well. Nice, another sleep, in fact, onto Doha again. He's taking more than just a nap. That's 2 or 3 in a day. You might as well just take the full 8 hours at this point. No, also... Oh, there's the mines. Oh, he's in the corner. Oh, I've got a not sure if he had shift. Doha comes in with the blade, though, finds 2 instantly with the dash. That's Arcaname got as well. They've got no healing to back them up with now. This EMP is absolutely massive, but they've got nothing to follow up with. The Dallas Fuel are going to hold the Justice just before the second point. It was going to need to do something about them. The Fuel being on the point. There's 1 tick already. Raw ends up going down as well. Like, he's really the only person that can contest as well. Problem is, you are walking into a Sombra, so you get on the point, you get hacked. So that's a big fire grenade. No follow-up, though, from the Justice, and the Fuel are going to roll over them on first point.
Yeah, it's weird before where they didn't have the Zarya for the Winston, and he ended up dying a lot.
Crypto just walks forward. They're all dead. They're all dead. Okay, well, that's team fight done. And now they've got control of the payload, and it's now 1 fight 4 as well. Tuber's going to get hit the ground. The blade goes absolutely nowhere. Stitch is out of the fight as well. Justice have almost no damage left. Onlygon's going to be able to walk forward and earn himself a Death Blossom. An emergency nano onto Raw to keep him alive and keep this team fight at least salvageable from the Justice, but he's going to get chunked out. The rallies are going to come through too from the Fuel. This is very much it. Art gets focused down with the Death Blossom. The Dallas Fuel are going to sink this payload in, almost in record time as well on that second point. They're going to tie up the series. If Only somehow, who's just kind of sitting and chilling on the high ground, they're going to have to send one person after him. It is Tuber, and Only lost Tuber completely. Only I think, was on top of his head. Doha and Note are going to be able to clean up Jano and Raw, though, and this very much favors the offense here. And, well, Doha ends up going down. This is now 1v1 with Stitch on the point. Oh, there's no way you're going to be able to win that one, unfortunately. Yeah, Doha just going to dash right through him. The blade's going to come out as well, straight to the back line with him. He gets naded, but it doesn't matter at all. He goes straight into it with the Tracer as well. Only was waiting for them, was baiting them in. Doha finds 3 kills, 2 with the blade, 1 with the deflex, and the Dallas Fuel are going to be able to cap point A. Gets Primal Rage rather fast, but look at the damage. The damage from that Supercharger just ends his life so quickly. I know Onigod could just play distraction in the back line. That Bio Grenade was absolutely massive from Angod. Might just see them back into this fight. With Note being alive, however, and both tanks being on the point, this is a very good start for the Fuel. Arc also ends up falling over, but the respawns in the favor of the Justice. End up just cutting them all down. There we go. Spawn advantage is just so strong. Although, they're going to hope Tuber actually gets something off of this. No, he does not. He didn't get any damage done at all with that nano. He just got instantly stunned and they killed. Doha used the blade of his own. Managed to isolate Jano and kill off Arc as well, and another dash onto Stitch. This is a Fuel cap in second point, no worries. That nano boost, so he's going to hope they go in the Mega Room, but he gets halted and then just stopped from doing anything. And now they all just instantly die. I am very shocked at Raw just trying to make this work in this small room, Hex. I'm going to be real. I thought it's a little bit too much. Actually gets moved away by Raw, so he couldn't find anything. Doha goes in with the blade, though. There's 1, there's 2. Only ends up killing himself somehow. I can imagine only with the dynamite. But the Fuel is still in a good position to win this fight. Paintbrush even rallying? I mean, you're going to 100% win here. Stitch is on the point 2, and they did manage to get a tick. Is available. Maybe choose it now. The grab! Oh, they grabbed! He actually jumped as well. That actually aided him in his death. Crimzo ends up taking out Janu, but luckily enough, the DPS from the Justice, all meanwhile, they were getting distracted by this Graviton Surge, were able to kind of corral the supports of the Fuel and kill them.
Here's the blade.
There's the blade. They haven't got really much now. There's the boop up as well. The Immortality field does stave a lot of damage from landing on the back line of the Fuel, but look at the pressure that's been exerted. If the Fuel now are struggling to actually get back onto the point. A poop onto the Bob actually put it back onto the point. That is not what you really wanted to do. He's actually contesting for the entirety of the Fuel, which means they can get these respawns off. Bob eventually disappears. And now both tanks are on the point for the fuel. That boot was actually kind of devastating for them. They're trapped in a small corner. Arc ends up going down. Aim God's falling extraordinarily low as well. 2 ticks, however, for the Justice. Dallas Fuel's big win condition here, though, Hex, is actually getting Justice to OT or just forcing them not to cap, of course.
But they gotta get some chip damage for Genji.
Well, they actually nanoed Raw, but Tuba's only 20% away, to be fair, from his blade, so it makes sense. Tuba and Jano ends up hunting down Doha and Gamsu. Doha went so deep. Of course, he doesn't have the damage resistance from the nano as well, so he can't really play that aggressive, but he did do just that. And as I was explaining that play...
Dallas in a great position here. I love the
Dude, they did it again!
Oh, why?
They did it again. Aim God and Jano get pulled out the small room, get rocked, and then Doha just dives in. They need to touch the point, but it looks almost unwinnable as, yeah, now Stitch is dead, and the entirety of their fuel are alive. It's just a gradual feed onto the point. Tuba does find 1 kill. Can he make anything worthwhile? No, he cannot. Doha pulls the blade, finds Tuba, Arc falls, and that will be a 0.1 hold for them fast. And look at everybody holding in this small room. Deflect damage actually killed off Stitch. This is disaster. Both the immortality pills have been used as well. Look at Doha's charge, 75% towards his first blade. They might go for the reset if he can just find the charge here. Although Tuba has got 70% of his. Arc manages to kill off 2 people. Janu finishing off the rest as well. It is just a mess of bodies in that small room. They've still got a lot to kind of build up here. They've got a minute and 45, so they can take a dry fight. Doha, speaking of bobs, there they both come. Doha with the blade, though. The Blanco's going to come as well. The flux from No's going to be big, but only got taken out. Tuba's a fantastic start. Janu needs to stay alive and get a flux of his own. He brings it out, but doesn't catch anybody. He doesn't get literally anybody with the flux. The immortality field was kept everybody from the fuel alive as well and well on the point. And now they're forcing him into the tight corridor where you can just throw dynamites and the hyperspheres in. Dallas Fuel are gonna clean sweep the Justice on this first point. An entire team. What is this? Crimzo? Crimzo's on the flank. Okay, they hacked Mega Pack actually, so the Brigitta's gonna be actually immortal, but luckily enough, Paintbrush is there. All the meanwhile though, Tuba was able to just dismantle the front and back line of the Dallas Fuel. Crimzo and Doha unfortunately bit the dust, and now Gamsu's like, wait, where did the team go? And we killed God with the EMP as well now. Oh, he's on the side. Does he go for the EMP? Oh, Crimzo ends up going down. I'm not sure if he actually got the nano off. I don't think it did. The nano didn't actually get applied to anybody. Nano completely wasted. Tuba got a nano of his own and ended up getting 3 kills and just reset dashing off the back of that one.
They absolutely failed to get this first point. Hopefully for Dallas fans, this one's different. A big EMP comes up first, though.
That is so good. Early EMP, 20 seconds now remains for the fuel. The Gamsu's going to go down late too. Couldn't even Primal Rage, and so's Only God. They have to save the ult. There's the Nano Blade. Can he get anything done? Oh, the sleep is going to hit him as well. Oh, the deflect was cancelled. He thought he had him in his sights, but he did not. The perfect sleep dart from Aim God. They're going to halt Dallas Fuel before first. Oh my word, Aim God has been... Gonna be a nano boost on the Genji now. Tuba's got the play straight to the server room. Deflect. Oh, no sleep dart available now. And they're gonna walk the payload in. Oh no! Aim God
Another
slept.
sleep on the Winston. And the Washington Justice are.
That was a fat dash, but even better one from Tuba there. Point is unlocked, by the way. No one has capped. Dallas Fuel wing to take the fight in the Mega Pack room. And this might just be the end of them if they're not careful. Stitch with a headshot onto Gamsu, and now he's gonna take the flank. They're going to have to be so careful. No, at least finds another kill, but someone needs to be able to get onto this point for the Fuel to really punish the Justice even more. They've actually allowed Justice to get back into this one with a kill onto Only God as well. They had all the space in the world, Hex, and they couldn't get it. Paintbrush is now going to be dueling out with Tuba on point, but Stitch has just been clicking heads, and now the point is going to get taken by the Justice if they're not careful. There's the hold, there's the blade. Immortality field has been depleted already, and so have the health bars of the Dallas Fuel. Paintbrush and Only God to go down to the blade, and there's Tuba escorting himself back alive. Bob also matches them on this mega health pack, but Janu turning all of that damage into shielding. And Gamsu comes in with the mines. A nice little double kill, but can they make this one stick? They still have a couple of people alive. Ideally, Dallas Fuel here don't really want to use anything else. Might be able to get it off in time. Doha now has to play rather scared. And oh, the boot to the face. Not today, Doha. Aim God finds 2 as well, killing off Note. This is a one-team fight for sure for Justice, unless Only God's got something to say about it, actually. And it's Bob, too, who gets launched to the back line. Everybody got lifted up into the air, and Aim God and Tuba end up going down to Only God. Bob is going to finish off Stitch, too. The solo carry almost there. Zula's going to come through as well. Justice throwing literally every single ultimate out of their pool now into the front line of the Fuel, and it works as well. No, Crimzo and Paintbrush end up falling down, and because Justice end up capping this point, Hex, the Fuel are now in the driving seat of this game. They have to get back to the point in time. Only got a Gamsu end up coming out with a couple of kills of their own, and only got now on the point to try and contest. Tuba
living in the immortality field.
Oh, a perfect kill onto Tuba. They have to focus down Jano. If he stays alive, I think this might be all over for the Fuel because they've got shields on and bodies on the point. Gamsu ends up killing off Aim God, but they've got so many people staying alive. The point gets flipped yet again for the Justice. The High Noon on the point kills off Paintbrush. There's OT. It ticked down. Justice. Without more often than not. Gore's going to be on the ball. More dive for the Justice. Aim God ends up going down to Gamsu though. And this looks like it's going to be a switch. You have to switch off ball if you're Raw here, I feel, because these hacks are going to be so deadly. You'll end up capping the point first as well. Jar's going to get harassed by Stitch, but it's going to be all good. Stitch ends up getting killed. Taken to get it. There's 70% now online. Oh, Tuba gets rocked. Everything thrown in, and the kitchen sink as well. And Stitch ends up finding more kills than Tuba did with the Nano Blade. More of a distraction tool than anything else. He might just end up going down here as well. No! Please. Gamsu ends up falling to Stitch. A clutch bubble's going to keep him alive, and the point flip as well for the Justice. He's very low. If he gets hacked, he's dead. Tuba, in meanwhile, goes to get hacked, and Death from above from Only God just dropped down the Death Blossom right on top of him. They're going to be able to capture the point.
They didn't even need
everything. They use 3 ults. They now have 3 ults for this last fight. They have EMP, they have Flux, and they've got Window. Oh, this is disaster actually for the Dallas Fuel. Immortality Field's going to save them though, and they're actually forcing Justice to make a decision. They have to get back to the point. The Tuba Blade, he finds one but can't quite find the next, and the rest of it, all this meanwhile, his team is just getting cut down. Aim God and Tuba are now dead. Stitch 2. Justice may have managed to cap the point, but the Dallas Fuel, they still have control of the point, however, and the Dallas Fuel are going to have to come back with something special. Only God and Doha managed to find a couple of kills though, and that should just be it. Village is going to go over to the Fuel. Stitch, Pulse Bomb, maybe, but it's looking highly unlikely. A fade away from Crimzo to get out of the damage from the Pulse, and that will be it. We are going the distance. It's 1-1. On the so punishing, you have to walk through this small choke. Crimzo does die already though to a whip shot of all things, and then Only God tried to find a little bit of something extra in the back line to level the playing field, but was met with a stun from the flashbang. Good first fight for the Justice. A Flux up in the air, he managed to find one. I believe it's his arc, and that is unfortunate. Jano ends up going down to himself, using those spheres on the wall. The EMP came through as well, but Tuba doesn't really care about your hacks. He ends up just running through the team anyway. The Dallas Fuel are going to reset once more, 50% now on the ball. Now they can just play the time. Tuba with the blade, he just get rocked away, double stun in fact. He manages to get the back line anyway, manages to find one. Paintbrush dead, but Crimzo finishes him off. The bomb of the point is going to provide a lot of space for the Fuel to work with. Back off. Down, oh no, ends up going down. This is not good. Doha's still got the blade, so they can still turn this one around. There's not too many tools from the Justice that can hold them back. The Immortality Field comes out, but Doha has already done the damage. He dashes the back yet again. A nice little two-piece to end it off. Regardless of no dying, Doha managed to clutch it out. No point cap either. He doesn't have dying. The pressure. They know if they kill them right here, they could just win the map. They're going to be able to force them all the way back near their spawn. Oh, and Janu used his ult. Only God finds 2 in Aim God and Janu on the flank. A rally from Paintbrush to put him back to the point. Justice managed to find the cap, but Stitch and Raw end up going down. This is going to be on the side of the Fuel.
This is taking a little longer than you're comfortable with, though. If you're a Dallas fan, this one should have been over a while ago. Oh, everybody's so low from Washington.
Aim God Stitch, they're already dead. Doha on the Doom, takes care of Bart. Tuba's blade finds one. Can he find more? He's got one backup, and it's Raw. He falls. Doha with the double kill. Sayonara Janu, and the Dallas Fuel take it to